Let me know, Pat, if I'm back. I haven't done anything but plug in my heat tool. So I'll have to do the two. Hopefully it's okay. I'm going to wait to heat this up until I'm sure that I am back. Goodness, I don't know why I have such troubles. So let's see if Pat comes back on to make sure that I'm okay. All right, so hopefully you will find me. This is ridiculous that I have to keep doing it this way, and I don't understand why it went out. But that's okay. We're going to just keep working at this until we finally get it right. All right, so let's just wait 1 second until I make sure other people have caught back up in. And in that process, I'm going to wipe off any excess white that I have on here that I don't want on. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going because I think that I am live and I don't want to just sit here. So I'm going to move this for a second. Okay, yay, Pat. So you didn't miss anything because I'm just embossing. So it's still like magic. I was just telling Pat earlier, it's like magic still. Oh, there's a couple spots I missed. Hold on. You have to tilt it to see. There's that one. Okay, got it this time. There we go. Never gets old. All right, so I'm just going to wipe off the excess of the embossing powder onto my pants because that's what I do. And then you're going to bring in your brushed metallics. And I chose copper this time. And you're going to just put this on here and then run it through, which I have already done. And it's right here. And you line it up to, let's see, make sure it's going the right way. I think I might not have it. Hold on. I turned it over and I didn't need to. All right. For some reason, it doesn't, let's see. It's got to line up. Nope. It will line up. It will. Which way does it go? All right, why is it looking like it's not lining up? Oh, I think I got it. There we go. It only happens when you're on a live. All right, so then you will come in with your paper snips and cut off anything that's gonna not, you don't, it doesn't matter if it goes up this way, but you don't want it to go off or up, you know, on either of these sides because then it won't fit in your envelope. So these leaves go too far. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim those off and just trim them up to this edge that it's already on. So then you can't tell that I trimmed them off. Now the flower's fine. So we got to just go around the leaf and the flower because we're going to leave the flower there. Okay. So now that fits nice. This is fine because that goes off. This flower here needs to be taken off. I feel like I'm pruning in real life, which, you know, if you know me, that would never happen because my husband does all the yard work. But he'd like to see me at least try. All right, so this leaf is going to go off. And just the top of this one, because I want to cover as much as I can without it looking too bad. All right. All right, so then we are going to glue it on, and I only want to do it on this front panel, not on the side panels, because then it won't open. So you got to pay attention to where you want your glue. So I want it, from like here to here. So we're going to put our fingers there and turn it over. And so I only want from like this part down. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my glue, a sponge, and my silicone sheet. About pruning, I don't know anything about pruning. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just get this because I don't want it to be where it's not going to stick where I want it to stick. So I'm just going to go down the middle. And you do want to put it onto your silicone craft sheet when you do this because then it won't stick to your paper and you don't want that. All right, so I'm going to lay this down and hopefully I only put it where I wanted. And if not, then we'll just put some embossing buddy on it later to get the sticky off. For some reason, there we go. But I really like the way this looks when you open it up and this is hanging over the side. Not sure if you could see that. Okay, so then we're going to come in with a piece of black. It's just a strip 3/4 of an inch wide. And I just left it long because we're going to trim it anyway. But I set up my Stamparatus again because I wanted to make sure I got the wording straight. So I'm going to flip it around. And I think I put it here. Yes. So I want to make sure I have it somewhat in the middle. Even though I'm going to trim it, I still want it to be right. That's pretty good. It's not quite in the middle, but I am going to be trimming it on the side, so it's good enough. So I'm going to bring out my embossing buddy again. And my Versamark. And I'm going to just ink up the happy birthday. And I think I have it straight. All right. And then you close it. And I'm not going to do this twice because I think once we'll get it. And I'm going to dip it in the white again. All right, so we have that. I'm going to close this and put it away and then do my heat tool again. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my snips and I'm just going to cut it at an angle on both sides. Not even sure if the angle is the same on both sides. I don't really care because I figure it's not that big of a deal. Nobody's going to come up behind me and say, you didn't get that straight. So I'm going to bring in a sponge and sponge it with Whisper White because I want it to stand out from my base. And really, you can tell with the Whisper White how great this looks when you sponge it, because it's very wispy, which is what I really love. See if you can get a good look at how wispy that is. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so hopefully it's still reading the right way, because on my screen it's backwards, but I'm hoping that Pat is right and it's going the right way now. So I'm looking for my dimensionals, which they are here, right here. And I'm going to stick this, put 3 of them on the back here. This is the only part that we're dimensionalizing. All right. And I'm just going to put it over the top of the leaves down here, because I'm not going to trim it, but I think it looks pretty. So let's see if I can get it in the middle. Whoop, hold it right up. There we go. So that is the front. Isn't that pretty? All right, good. All right, so the inside, see, I still have white embossing powder all over the inside, but that's okay because I wiped it off. All right, so we're going to come in with a piece of white that is 4 1/8 by 3 7/8. I know that's a weird measurement, but because the inside's a little weird, we want to make sure we're going the right way before we ink this up. And I'm going to use this stamp from the set, and I'm going to use basic gray because this is a black and white card. And I just love, I don't know that I've said this on my things before, but gray is my favorite color. And I know technically it's not a color, but I love it. All right, so I'm going to put my head maybe in the way here and get it hopefully straight, because I don't even, oh, I didn't even know that it was straight on there. All right, then because this is a black and white, but we do have the metal look on the front, I'm going to use cinnamon cider just to give it that metallic look on the inside. And then we will put this inside. And if you're watching this on a replay, make sure you hit the like button so I know that you liked it. And do the subscribe so next time I go live, you will get notified. Or you can hit the bell. I guess I hear people say that, but I don't know much about the bell. All right, so number 1 is done. I love this card. I came up with it myself, and I get so tickled when it comes out good. All right, so I'm going to clean the stamps real quick so I don't accidentally use them with the wrong color. All right. And I found my chamois. Of course. All right, so the second card is really pretty. Uses my favorite dynamic duo, which if you are a Stampin' Up person, you know, whether you've been with us a long time, you don't have to be a demonstrator to be a Stampin' Up person, but they used to call it dynamic duos when things just look so good together. Well, that's what I say about Gorgeous Grape and Melon Mambo. Not Melon Mambo. It is Mango Melody. Excuse me. So they just look so good together. So I'm going to go ahead and score this with my score and my scoring tool on my cutter. Just make sure you always use your scorer, not your cutter. Done that quite a few times, or I've cut it in half instead. All right, so that is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. All right, so we're going to bring in 2 pieces of both of these because I like my insides to match my outs. And it's 5 by 3 3/4, 2 of them of white, and 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 of Gorgeous Grape, because that is the colors we're going to be using, and we want to make sure that they coordinate. So I'm going to bring that in here. Let's get my other stamping things here. All right. And let's see. Oh, might help. This, I'm going to be using the Mango Melody ink and the Gorgeous Grape ink because we wanted to coordinate, like I said. Okay, so I'm just going to do like this corner. I'm not going to fill up the whole card because I don't want to. I don't think it would look pretty. And then I'm going to do this side. It's a very fast card. All right, so that's it for the Gorgeous Grape, except for we're going to, while I have it out, let me get a strip. And this is a 1/2-inch strip. And hopefully I can do this and not have to turn it over. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to do, this is hello. And this is from, oh, good job. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other one because I think it looks pretty. And you don't have to have a die cut or a punch or anything. Oh, this one needs to be trimmed just a tiny bit more. All right, so that's done. And then the inside, which is the same white, I'm going to go ahead and do that while I have this ink out. And I'm going to just do one in the corner and do the sentiment. Now this is where I'm excited to tell you is a sneak peek for celebration. This is Heal Your Heart, and this is what it says. We're in this together, which is in script, which of course I love. I can't promise to always fix your problems, but I can promise you won't ever face them alone. Love that, especially nowadays. Sorry for your loss. I don't know what I would do without you. Wishing I could heal your heart, and thank you. All in very pretty script. So you can get that in January. If you spend $50, you can pick that for free. And if you're a demonstrator, or if you sign up under us, you can get them now, because Stampin' Up! Demonstrators can get them early, which is the biggest perk that you can get for being here. All right, or for being a demonstrator. So I'm using the Mango Melody for the inside, and hopefully I won't put my inks into different thing, but I'm using Pear Pizzazz, and I almost did the flower, and I'm doing a leaf right here. And let me get my sentiment, because I'm going to do that. Whoops, I was supposed to do that in purple, which I didn't. I'll have to open that again. Okay. Beautiful. All right, so that's done for the inside. I'm going to put it aside for now so I don't accidentally do something to it. And I'm done with this. So now I can close that. I can close the purple so I don't do anything with that either. All right, so I'm bringing in my leaves, and I'm going to just randomly add leaves to some of my flowers, depending on where I think it needs to have a little bit of something to fill it in a little bit. And I just keep turning the leaf so that it's going the right way. That doesn't quite look the best, but we'll go with it. I appreciate you being here. I will not be here next week because of Thanksgiving. I am taking the week off to be with my husband and my daughter, and we're going to have a good time. He is the cook in our family, and he's making turkey so I can have the stuffing. I don't eat the turkey, I just eat the stuffing. All right, so we are going to come in with 2 ribbons because I love to layer my ribbons. This ribbon comes in a package with 3 ribbons in it, which is the Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. And it has this beautiful Night of Navy, the Calypso Coral, no, Coastal Cabana. I always say that. And then this one is Posy, but it goes good with the purple, so I went with it. So what I'm going to do is put the purple Posy down at an angle, kind of in the middle. Come in with my fast fuse and just put some right here. And I think my husband forgot that I'm doing a live because he's yelling for me, but hopefully he remembers. All right, I'm going to turn it upside down because it's still a little sticky on the back side. And I'm going to go ahead and color this with the Mango Melody Dark, which is why I love our blends, because we can go ahead and color any of this and make it look beautiful and coordinate. So since I didn't do this first, I'm going to heat set it just a minute so that it won't get on my card. Okay. And then I lay that on top of here. Ooh, I like how I did that because it's kind of two-toned. All right, and then I'm going to put a little bit more tape on the back. And I always do one side. And I didn't get that right. Okay. And then see, there we go. So we can make sure that this other side is right. And then you bend it backwards. Isn't that pretty so far? All right, so then I go back over it all, and hopefully these I just go sideways so that I don't pull them off. All right, and then you make sure you didn't go over your edges. Then you come in and put it on your gorgeous grape. Doesn't that look pretty together? Love it. All right. All right, and then this goes on your Mango Melody. Now, neither one of these cards was hard other than the cutting of the first one to make sure you get it right. And score when you don't want, make sure you're scoring instead of cutting, and you should be okay. All right, and then we're going to come in with our hello. And I popped up the other one, but I think I'm going to make it go flat this time because it just doesn't sit as nice. And I want that to be straight. So I am going to have it go straight, but be on there still. Does that look straight? No, it does not. It's so hard because this is crooked and that's crooked. All right, let me pull it up a little bit. At least it's on the ribbon. All right, let's see. My head might get in the way. Okay, I think that's straight this time. All right, and then to end it off, I am doing it with the gold gems, because we have a gold theme going on with this one. And I'm going to use Take Your Pick tool. Oh, and I forgot. I shouldn't say bad things about myself, but I was going to say dippy me. So we're going to go back in and put in the centers because I forgot the centers. I was thinking those flowers looked a little naked. All right. And you will see this makes it look so much better. Thinking, wow, I finished that pretty quick. You want to do it before you layer it so that it doesn't go over like I just did, but I think it's going to be all right. All right, doesn't it look better? And now we're going to put in our inside. If I can see where I stuck it, because I put it down for safekeeping. Here it is. It's like when I clean my room. Can never find anything after that. And that goes on the other purple. Okay, I had to. No. All right, I don't have my other purple. I don't know where it went to. All right, so I'm not going to put that in right now. I'll show you the first card because then you can see it. I don't want to put it in like this, and I don't want to take the time to go cut another one. So that's how it looks when you have it on the inside and the front. Love it. All right, so let me show you my pillow gift because I made it myself and I love how it came out. So it is retired ribbon, but it looks like a candy cane, and that's why I had to use it. But it's a little tree with ornaments and beads, and you will get this if you purchase $35 or more from my store, and you will also get all the cut-ins and fixins for the card. And you know, it just is really pretty, and I'm planning on putting this on my tree. So if you place an order with me, you will get this too, and you can put it on your tree this year. All right, so I will see you in 2 weeks, and I don't know what I'm going to be working on yet, but I hope that you will come. And I'm sorry that I ended up having 2 videos, but hopefully I can put them both together. And we'll see, because I've never done that before. But otherwise, you just go to 1 and then number 2. All right. Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate you watching. See you next time.